Right here on 9 on your side at noon, you ask your health questions and a TriHealth expert will answer it on the air. We call it Doctor on Call. Joining me today is Dr. Jonathan Buck. Thank you so much for being here, Dr. Buck.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Now, if we can, let's put the question up on the screen. It comes from Tammy in Batavia. When is a BP reading too low? BP meaning blood pressure.
Yeah, so typically when we check your blood pressure in the office, we look for that top number. And if that top number is under 100, kind of in the 90s range, we start thinking that it might be a little bit on the low side. And it depends. It can be normal in a healthy person to have a blood pressure that low. But if you're having some symptoms, then we want to investigate that more.
So what are some symptoms of a low BP reading?
Sure, yeah. So anything like dizziness or lightheadedness, even kind of a sense of fatigue, and then of course fainting spells are always a concern.
Are there certain groups of people who should be getting their blood pressure checked more than others?
Yeah, absolutely. So our patients that we actually give blood pressure medicines to, because we're trying to counteract high blood pressure, sometimes those medications can be a little bit too potent and we need to make adjustments. And that's why it's very important to follow up with someone like myself, a primary care doctor, or just a specialist that you have to get regular checkups.
And how often should they check?
So it depends on what we're treating. If we're treating you for high blood pressure, you should have regular office visits in the first few weeks until we can kind of get your medicines optimized. And then if we're treating you for low blood pressure, we need to make sure that we're doing everything like Sherry with the weather was saying. It's going to be pretty hot out, so we want to make sure you're not getting dehydrated, taking in enough fluids, adequate nutrition. So having regular follow-up is very important.
And my last question, why is this important?
So there's all sorts of reasons why we can have low blood pressure, and we need to investigate that. They can be something that's a little bit easier to fix, like a medication adjustment, or they can be some more severe signs, like if you're having some cardiac issues, even having thyroid problems. Those can all contribute to some low blood pressure readings. So that's why it's important to get checked out.
Okay, Dr. Buck, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. So remember, the answers you hear from our TriHealth experts are just a good place to start. This is not a replacement for advice from your own doctor. And remember, send us your medical questions and a TriHealth doctor will answer it live on the air next Tuesday. Just look for the link at wcpl.com/doc on call to submit that question. We will answer one every Tuesday. We'll be right back.